Okay, I'm sorry. And I know I'm going to get a lot of slack for this, but I freaking love this. This Venco Pop D&D Gelatinous Cube is just freaking adorable. And if I could find one, I would get it. But I think it's out of print. I think it was literally released. And you're probably wondering why this is the chosen thingy of the thingy. Because let's talk about slimes. I don't think slimes get enough love in our hobby. And it's Friday, so it's time to do something a little silly and sarcastic. So let's talk about slimes. And I'm not just talking slimes for fantasy, because slimes are perfect for pretty much any genre. They can fit in anywhere. And the greatest things about slimes, I mean, if you're thinking from the point of view of an evil overlord, you don't have to pay them. You don't have to get them insurance. You don't have to feed them. You don't have to provide them room. You don't have to take care of them. They don't need medical or dental. They can't join the union. Well, actually, maybe there is a slime union. I really don't know what's going on with Jubilex these days. He might have unionized. Okay, so maybe there's a slime union. Support me, Jello. I need a sponsor, and I will sell out, especially for Jello. Today's drink of the day is water. Slimes are perfect, and I don't think slimes get enough love. Because slimes, oozes, jellies, amorphous blobs can fit anywhere and can be adapted for any situation. Yes, they are a cheap gimmick. They're wandering traps that are often considered unfair, but they're just fun and they're iconic. And again, they can fit anywhere and do anything. You can literally design a slime to fit any situation, and you don't have to explain it away with gobbledygook. It's a slime. It doesn't have to make sense. It's a slime. It's a gelatinous cube. It's an ooze. It's a jelly. It's a slime. It's fireproof because it's a slime. It can live underwater because it's a slime. It can cling to the roof because it's a slime. It only eats paper because it's a slime. I don't have to explain it. It's a slime. Literally, it's slime. It can literally do anything I want. It can be any shape, any size, any color, any flavor. It can be fast. It can be slow. It can be cute. It can be frightening. I mean, some of the best moments I can recollect in gaming are because of a slime. I remember one game I was running a long time ago back in Studio City for a couple people, and there was a slime. I think it was an invisible stalker or something like that. And they were so scared. They were literally back themselves into this little cubicle, were on top of the bed, afraid to go on the floor because they kept seeing the floor kind of shimmer and move as the invisible stalker was moving across the floor. And it wasn't really following them. It doesn't really, see. It's not really like a great white where it's dun, dun, dun. It's just doing its invisible stalker stuff. It heard noise. It followed the noise. Figured it could eat the noise, but it wasn't like actively aggressive. It was just doing his job. But they were scared. They were so scared that their characters jumped on top of a bed and were literally like two screaming little girls, afraid of the dark and afraid of the boogie monster because of this basically, thing that could be taken care of with just like, it's just walk around it. It's got a movement rate of 5. Just slimes are great. That's just a great experience of slimes, How many times have people stuck their hand in the slime, walked through the slime, had the slime fall on them, and you can make them as easy and as nonsensical, or you can make them totally deadly. I know one guy who says one of the things about Runehammer, Hank says that, the one thing about his slimes is they dissolve clothing. They dissolve, metal. So every time a slime strikes you, you risk losing your armor, you risk losing your weapon, you risk losing your clothing. And I could see that for some slimes, not every slime, I mean, the great thing, another great things about slime is you can mix and match them to fit a situation. You can have a slime that does acid, but you could also have a slime that explodes or infects people with mold or is completely harmless and has no interest in adventurers whatsoever, and it's literally just cleaning the dungeon. But the player characters will get so frightened about it. And of course, the go-to defense is fire. But the great thing about slimes is you don't have to make them vulnerable to fire. I mean, it is the usual, but not always. They could be vulnerable to cold or electricity or whatever, or just their main weakness is they're really slow. Literally, all you have to do is outrun it, because it's not like they're intelligent. They don't really care about you. You're just there, and they really don't know the difference between you and a mushroom and a rat and a discarded sandwich. It's all just food. You're food, and you're moving, so that's what attracts them. But if you move far enough away, it's not like they're going to pursue you, because they're not hunters. They're just scavengers or opportunists. So it's not like the slime's going to chase you down the hallway. It'll move its, 2-foot movement rate, and eventually you can just outrun it, or, close a door, or go upstairs. It's distract it. Throw a sandwich on the ground. That'll keep it busy for 2 rounds. And they can fit in any genre. You can have space slimes, Out West slimes, cyberpunk slime, super slime, underwater slime, robot slime, anime slime. You could have rated X slime. You could have PG slime. You could have G slime. You can have slime that's appropriate for kids. You can have slime that's appropriate for dotes. You can make slime really, really cute. I remember in I was running an underground campaign, basically an escape from jail game, and they had found a basically semi-intelligent slime named King Slime, and they kept it like a pet for like 4 or 5 sessions. And it was this teeny little slime, and it was sort of semi-intelligent, so it was like, bow before King Slime. And they found a little crown that they could put on it, and they would send it down the hallway to scout out, and then it would slowly come back and with its semi-intelligent, semi-telepathic, tell them in its in its limited 10-word vocabulary what it saw. And they would have to try and figure out, based upon things like bow before King Slime and something I can eat, something I can't eat, whether it was something worth dangerous enough. Eventually, I don't remember if King Slime died or they just got rid of him or they lost him. I think they lost him. I think they left him behind and forgot about him. And then they were just like, do you want to go back and get King Slime? And they're like, nah, he was kind of annoying. But, and let's go back to the original beginning of this whole love letter to slimes. Why slimes are great? Because, again, if you're an evil overlord, it doesn't matter if you're a fantasy evil overlord, a science fiction evil overlord, a superhero evil overlord, a cyberpunk evil overlord, an anime evil overlord, a Old West evil overlord. Doesn't matter. Slimes are your best employees because they take up no room. You can literally store them in a bucket. You don't have to feed them. They supply their own food. You don't have to provide them insurance or medical or dental. You don't have to pay them. And best of all, you don't have to talk to them. I'm your grumpy guide to all things gaming, the OGGM. If you appreciate this nonsense, let me know. Comment down below what your favorite monster is and original ways you've used slime in your game. Until next time, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Help me hit 500 subs on August 4th, and maybe we will make a Jello mold gelatinous cube as one of our 500 subs challenge. Till next time, get off my slime.